Welcome to Techstination. We're at CES with David Leong of Kingston Technology. Thank you for joining us, David.
Thank you, Fred. Great to see you.
You're showing off some new products and also talking about how your memory is being used by other companies.
Yeah. So if we start with like embedded memory, that's something that Kingston's been doing for about 8 or 9 years, but it's not something we really talked about. You know, back in 2010, the revolution was coming of light and thin and wearables and IoT type devices. So we actually started a division within Kingston called Kingston Solutions Incorporated that focuses on embedded memory. So embedded memory, basically, it's very simple. It's imagine a controller, imagine your storage. Sometimes maybe there's a little bit of DRAM on there for caching purposes or something like that. On a single chip solution the size of like a micro SD card or something smaller, because if you have a device like say a Fitbit or a smartwatch, you can't put a processor in there and all that. You can't, there's not a lot of room to put something in there to power that device. That's where embedded memory comes in. So we're just showing off a few of the products here at Kingston, here at the Kingston booth that feature Kingston embedded memory inside. We have.
So you've got your memory in a soccer ball?
Yeah, that's actually so we have a smart soccer ball here. So the soccer ball itself, basically what it does is it can track spins, it can track curvature, speed. So it's great for kids who are just learning the sport, if they want to improve, you have access to like diagnostic tools now to make you a better soccer player. So powered by Kingston inside. We also have the Nest. Everybody, a lot of people use the Nest device. That's also powered by Kingston inside.
That's the video doorbell.
The video doorbell. That's right. Video doorbell. It's got Kingston memory inside. Kingston embedded memory inside. There's also other things too. If there are certain things that other products where you can find Kingston stuff. Fossil watches, for instance. Everybody's got a smartwatch. Apple's not the only one that makes a smartwatch, nor Android. Fossil, legacy watchmaker, great watches. Their smartwatches are powered by Kingston inside. So think of devices like that. Some sort of wearable, thin and light, tablet, household items, robotic vacuums even.
Memory is everywhere. Right?
Memory is everywhere.
And you've got some new SSD products as well on the market as well, solid state memory.
We do. So a couple of, I think this is kind of, SATA is SATA. SATA is a bit of a legacy platform. If we kind of start from where hard drives were and then to SATA SSDs to where we are now, NVMe, we started out with SATA SSDs back in 2009. The common thread at that time was there's all these ports out there that have been using hard disk drives. So the SATA SSD was built on an HDD platform. Because at that time, everybody has. If you have a computer, it took a hard drive. It may have taken a hard disk drive. You had that port there to use. So, in the 9 years since or so, yes, SATA is still here. It's not going anywhere. But there's also NVMe, and NVMe is
much smaller form factor.
It's a smaller form factor, but performance. We've kind of reached the performance limits of a SATA. It's 600 megabytes per second is the performance threshold of SATA. So then people started rating SSDs together to get double the performance or 3 times or higher performance RAID. In data centers there was SAS, storage arrays, that type of thing. So where do you go when you've maxed out that performance? NVMe is that next kind of frontier. A lot of computers. All the computers in the last couple of years are built with an NVMe port.
And what's the latest that you have?
So the latest that we have here, we have two products coming out in March. We have an entry level and then a high-end performance model. We start off with a high-end performance model. It's called the KC2000. So for client drives, you have a workstation. So you're doing things that maybe CAD design, or you're doing a lot of video editing where you need a lot of storage, you need a lot of that power from your storage medium. That's called our KC2000. a very fast device, Gen 3 by 4.
And the capacity on these?
Capacity on KC2000 will be up to 2 terabytes.
Wow.
Yeah, now, but let's just say that let's say that what we're doing here is, if we're, I have a laptop and it has an NVMe port in there. I want to go faster with my laptop. A2000 is a perfect SSD for that. The reason why is because, with a laptop, we have to worry about heat and power consumption. So a higher performing model SSD might give off a lot more heat. You might see the battery life on your laptop going down a little bit. So we developed A2000, which is still a very, very fast drive, 3 times the performance of SATA, at or near the price of a SATA SSD. You really can't go wrong if you really want that performance from an NVMe SSD.
Awesome. David, for more info, where do we go?
Just go to Kingston.com.
David Leong, thanks for taking the time with us.
Thank you, Fred. Happy New Year.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C. Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C. Crane.